Beginning. The mission to observation point Delta. The first thing you notice on Nearest 4 is the silence. Not the kind of silence you get in deep space, but a living quiet, thick, humming aware. Lieutenant Ryan Carter had been stationed there for just 2 weeks as part of the Interstellar Observation Division. His mission was simple. Study the Nereians, an aquatic humanoid species recently discovered in the crystalline shallows of the planet's western hemisphere. They were graceful, translucent beings who moved as though gravity itself bowed to them. Bioluminescent patterns ran across their skin like living tattoos, constantly shifting with their emotions. Ryan wasn't supposed to make contact. The protocol of non-interference was clear. Observe, record, never engage. But then she appeared. The Nereian female was unlike any of the others. Taller, her glow a deeper cerulean. Her eyes reflecting the movement of the ocean itself. She often came close to the observation dome, hovering silently, as if she could sense someone was watching. Ryan didn't know why he couldn't look away. Maybe it was the way she watched him back, not with curiosity but understanding. He even gave her a name, Lyra. Each day, she would approach the glass, tilting her head as if trying to interpret his thoughts. Sometimes she'd mimic his gestures, raising a hand, pressing her palm against the barrier separating their worlds. And Ryan, breaking protocol more than once, would press his hand against the same spot. That's how it began. A silent exchange between two species across an unbreakable wall of glass and water. But one night the silence broke. The question that changed everything. It was late, the other researchers asleep, the stars reflecting over the endless ocean. Ryan sat in the observation dome, lost in thought, when Lyra appeared again, closer than ever. He was adjusting the data recorder when he caught her movement, fluid, hypnotic, and for a moment, his gaze lingered lower than it should have. Her eyes flashed violet, a color he hadn't seen before. Then, unexpectedly, she spoke. Through the water, through the dome, through some frequency his translator chip could barely process, her voice reached him. "Why are your eyes upon me, human?" Ryan froze. His heart thudded. He hadn't realized his gaze was obvious, much less offensive. I'm sorry," he stammered. "I didn't mean to." But before he could finish, Lyra tilted her head. The violet hue of her body shifted into a soft teal, curiosity. Do humans observe others like this, when they wish to understand them? Ryan hesitated. Sometimes. But it can also mean admiration. Her eyes brightened again. Admiration is a form of seeking connection, yes? He swallowed hard. I suppose so. Lyra drifted closer until only the glass separated them. Then you admire me. He exhaled, realizing the futility of lying. Yes. Then she did something that shattered every expectation, every law of biology, and every rule of protocol. She phased through the barrier. No cracks, no alarms. Her body simply shimmered and slipped through the reinforced observation dome as though it were made of light. Water flooded the edges of the chamber, but only for a second before the dome's energy field stabilized. Lyra stood before him, not floating now, but standing, dripping trails of glowing water onto the metallic floor. Ryan stumbled backward. That's impossible. Her voice was clearer now, melodic and alien. You looked. You admired. You wished to understand. I accept. Accept. Ryan repeated, heart pounding. Accept what? She smiled faintly. Or at least, the Nereian version of a smile, a soft wave of light across her face. The ritual of shared gaze. It is our way of joining consciousness with those who see us truly. Ryan's mind raced. Lyra, I didn't mean to start a ritual. Intent was not required, she said gently. Truth was. And then she touched his chest. The bond when two minds collide. The moment her hand made contact, Ryan's vision exploded with light. He saw the ocean not from above, but from within. Miles of glowing reefs, creatures of light and color, the heartbeat of the entire planet pulsing like a living organism. He wasn't just seeing Lyra's world. He was feeling it. Her memories flooded him. The Nerean birth pools, the sacred underwater temples, the isolation they felt watching the surface dwellers who studied them. Then came emotion, deep, resonant waves of affection and curiosity. And beneath it all, loneliness. When the visions subsided, Ryan gasped for air. The bond faded, but a thin, luminous mark now glowed on his wrist, a pattern that mirrored the bioluminescence on Lyra's skin. What did you do to me?" he whispered. "I shared what you sought," she said softly. "Now you carry a piece of me, as I do of you." That's not how any of this should work," he muttered, his pulse racing. "My body can't process." But Lyra stepped closer, her gaze calm. "It will. The bond adapts both sides. You will learn." He tried to move away, but his body betrayed him. Part of him felt drawn to her presence, as if his heartbeat now echoed hers. Conflict, the consequences of connection. By morning, the entire base was in chaos. Ryan tried to hide what happened, but the glowing mark on his arm was impossible to conceal. Medical scans revealed an unknown bioenergetic pattern running through his bloodstream. Energy, not matter, changing him on a cellular level. "Lieutenant," his commanding officer, Commander Hollis, said gravely, "you've breached the non-interference protocol. Contact was forbidden." "I didn't initiate it," Ryan argued. "She came through the barrier, like it wasn't even there." "Then she's a threat," Hollis replied. "We'll have to contain her." Ryan's gut twisted. "You can't. She's not hostile," she was curious. "Curious or not," Hollis snapped, "she's altered a human subject. We'll treat it as contamination." Ryan was confined to quarters while the team prepared to capture Lyra. But that night she returned, this time directly to his private chamber, emerging again through solid walls as if they were vapor. "They fear what they don't understand," she said quietly. "But your mind accepted me." "They'll hurt you if you stay," Ryan warned. Lyra's glow dimmed. "Then come with me." He stared at her. "To the ocean." "I can't breathe down there." Her eyes flickered. "You can, if you let the bond complete." Ryan hesitated. "If I do that, what happens to me?" Lyra extended her hand. "You stop being one thing and start being something new. The descent, becoming something more." With alarms echoing through the base, Ryan made his choice. He took her hand. Instantly his body felt weightless. The walls around them faded as the water of Nereus 4 enveloped them both. He expected to drown, but instead he breathed. His lungs expanded with cool, oxygen-rich water that flowed like air. His vision sharpened, adapting to the soft blue luminescence of the deep. Lyra led him through coral towers and glowing caverns, deeper and deeper until they reached a vast, living structure pulsing like a heart. "This is the core of Nereus," she said, "where all our minds converge. You are the first human to see it." Ryan looked around in awe. Streams of light, thoughts, memories, emotions, flowed through the currents like whispers. He could feel them brushing his mind, recognizing him. And then, one by one, other Nereans appeared. Silent, elegant, curious. "He carries your mark," one of them said to Lyra, their voice resonating like music. "You joined with him."